I know that some people were upset that Liv Morgan did not win the Women's World Championship on Raw in that Battle Royal. A lot of people were expecting Liv to win the Women's World title after Rhea Ripley got injured and stuff. And obviously, they had to call in Becky Lynch the last minute because they were lacking star power. So, they called up Becky saying, you know what? We don't think Liv Morgan or Nia Jax are big enough stars to carry this women's division. So we're gonna need you to fill up a spot, right? Fill in for Rhea Ripley since you are our second biggest star in the women's division. And I know that's not the only reason why Becky won. Some people are calling her Becky Hogan Lynch, right? Let's not get too crazy here. Becky's not holding that women's world championship long term. It's obvious where this is going, and I can predict this a mile away. When they saw when we saw Dominik, Dirty Dom, and Liv backstage, man, I just had an epiphany, and I immediately thought of, well, hey, if this is Liv Morgan's revenge tour, why not? What better way to get more of a revenge on Rhea than not just taking her title, but also taking her man, taking Dominic Mysterio, and that interaction between Dom and Liv, they didn't have to say nothing, but you knew where this was going. And after Becky won the title, um, it's clear that Liv is going to beat Becky by pinfall. I'm looking back at it now. It would have been very lazy for Liv to win the women's world title in a battle royal. It would mean more if she pinned Becky, right? Now, this is where Dirty Dom comes into play. Now, I don't know if they do this at Backlash, but Dirty Dom been teasing leaving the Judgment Day as of late, right? Dominic Mysterio has been having problems with Damian Priest as of late, by bringing Legado del Fantasma into the Judgment Day business, right? So there's been some tension, and the best way for Dom to lead the Judgment Day is by having him help Liv Morgan win the Women's World Championship, right? Helping Liv beat Becky. And I think that would be a great idea. And I know there's a lot of people saying, Dom and Liv, they're going to be a power couple in the near future. And that's what I thought of immediately when we saw an interaction between Liv and Dom. So Liv Morgan will not only steal Rhea's championship, but she's also going to steal her man too. Add on to the fact that Liv is the reason why Rhea is on the shelf with an injury. So by the time Rhea comes back, Liv is going to be the women's world champion. So that's going to be a hot feud for the women in the summertime. That's going to be the biggest women's feud of the year. Becky's not going to be in the conversation. They had to bring Becky back to fill in that spot. Becky's a proven star, proven commodity. So when your other draw, which is Rhea Ripley, a proven star in her own right, and let's not pretend like Rhea Ripley is not there as a star because she is over. She is very over. You hear the crowd every time she came out. So Rhea Ripley's definitely over. She's definitely a star. So with her being out, they had to call Becky Lynch back. And I thought her winning the Women's World Championship made a lot of sense because now this gives an opportunity for Liv Morgan to get help by Dominik by helping her cheat to win against Becky, and that would solidify Liv as a bad guy going forward. It would put her over as um, the newest heel in the women's division, right? Now, I don't know what they do for Backlash. They probably do a multi-women's match for Backlash, probably a triple threat, Becky, Nia, and Liv. I think that would make sense for the most part. But this is a gold mine that they need to capitalize off of. Triple H needs to, and I know this is where Triple H is going. Like this is telegraph booking here. And just imagine the story that can be told. Rhea coming back after Liv Morgan. Liv took everything away from Rhea. The title, months off her career, and her man, her dirty Dominik. She took that away from her. And this is what you call a real feud. It's not just about the title, it's now going to be personal. So Becky Lynch is really not going to be champion very long. She is just a transitional champion. She's only just a part, like a piece to this puzzle that is Rhea and Liv. Becky's only going to take um she's only going to take a back seat in the end game here. So I don't know why people are complaining about Becky winning. Um, just wait, trust the process because eventually Liv losing again, it's only going to create more desperation in her character, which is only a good thing. See, when heels are desperate, that's when they're thriving, they're at their best. It will be a major swerve for the people that don't see it coming for Liv to use Dominik to help her win. That's how you get people interested. And even though Dom is injured with a shoulder injury, you keep him on television, and that's a great way for Dom to maintain his heat. Even though he's lost a lot of his matches, he's still going to be he's still going to be getting the same reactions that he's been getting. But I feel like this time around, if Liv uses him as like a manager, boy toy, whatever, that's only going to add more heat to Dom. The more heat that Dom has, the more heat Liv will have. And that's only going to help her thrive in her new character going forward. So you see how this makes Liv Morgan look even better? You see how like this pairing right here is going to get both these people over, and it's only going to solidify Rhea as a baby face. So this is very easy to predict. I don't see how you can't see this coming a mile away. That's what I thought about. Yeah, they're definitely going to put these two together. Dom's going to help Liv win the women's world title. At some point, I'm calling it. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. This is the Rational Wrestling Mark with another edition of Rational Wrestling Talk, and I'm out in peace.